All right, so we got our first two sheets done. Let's get our next one going, and we're going to run into a problem. So if we click on Insert View, I'm going to insert the last arm piece. I don't need to do part 3 because 2 and 3 are the same. And I'm going to go and grab this, and I'm going to put it down. And then let's just put down the isometric, or actually the top view will show us. And it's crooked. It's not square. So when I try and dimension it, I'm just going to get some awkward numbers. Not going to work, right? So I'm just going to leave this off on the side so we can see what it's supposed to look like. So we got to do something inside of the Part Studio, right? So because it was partly how we modeled this one. See how it's not at an angle. It showed me this is the actual front view, right? And so it showed me that this was the top view that it sent me, and neither of those is what I want. So we're going to use something called named views. So if I click on this surface, I want this to be my front. I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to go to, where are you? Named views. Oh, not yet. I'm going to click on view normal to, right there. View normal to. It just rotated, so I'm looking straight at it. And over here on my camera options, we can go to named views, and it wants me to create a new one, right? So this is part 4, and it's the front of it. And I'm going to go ahead and add that on there, okay? So this is kind of cool. So if I, wanted to rotate to that later on, I could go to name views and then click on my part 4 front, and it went straight to it, okay? Now that we've got that done, we go to the drawing. Good to go here. And we can insert a new view, right? So we need to go to the part 4. And this time, instead of front, we want part 4 front. And we can place this, and I think my scales are going to be too small. Let's take a look. Yeah, let's go ahead and change that right now. I'm going to go to 1 to 1. Okay. And oh, the sheet view is already messed up because I placed that one in there. So let's not do that. We'll scale it all later. So I'm going to put this one down here, and I'm going to get my top view to show you that this is the correct way to do it. Oop, I got to project. Push P to project. Putting my top view up, getting my right view out there, and then my top right. Isometric. So don't need these anymore. These ones are a mess, right? And then we learned in the last video, I could right click on this sheet, go properties, and then change to 1 to 1. And that'll scale everything up for us and say okay. Okay. So now we're still at 1 to 2. That's no good. Let's go to sheet value. There we go. Now we're updated. If we didn't do it on the sheet, then it would have put a label on every single one, and it's kind of annoying. So now we're ready to dimension this. So let's go ahead and get a dimension on the radius and the hole. We got the hole again. How far are the holes from each other? And that's an awkward number. Let's not use that. We'll come back to it. And then let's get how far from end to end there. Also awkward number. It's too precise for what we really want this for. If you were machining, maybe. If we were making this out of wood, then you wouldn't want that type of precision. So we'll adjust in a moment. So I still have this open, my wrench over on the side, and then under the units and precision, we can change this. And I think if we're making this out of wood, 30-second accuracy is plenty, and that's a more reasonable number. Nobody's going to be building things to the 256th unless they're doing it with a precision tool. And so all these other numbers look solid. We've got fully dimensioned there and there. We know that it's in the center, so we are done with this drawing. One more, and we're going to go ahead and add in, oh, too many. Let's go ahead and right click, delete that one. Nope, I deleted both of them. Newbie. And then let's insert our view. We're going to go to insert assembly, and we're going to get the assembly there. I'm going to go scale that up to 1 to 1. And we want the isometric view. And once it loads, I'm going to verify that we got everything right. I'm pretty sure. I will click. Maybe I'll click early and just get it done. I broke it. I broke Onshape. There it comes. All right, so we got that one placed and it looks solid. And we are done with this assignment now. So again, we learned this was crooked, remember, when we tried to bring it in the first time. So I had to use a named view to be able to get, because the default view is not what we want. And so I had to get the correct view. To do that, again, we had to jump into our Part Studio. We right clicked on this and looked view normal to rotate it. Then we had to add a name view as we put that name in there, and then it can pop up as an option. Otherwise, we could rotate to it if we needed to, see what it was. And that's the one we used to create the drawing. All right, good luck.